3, 2, 1, and let's go. Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode here on the YouTube channel. In today's video, it's very early on in the season, but it is a big episode that will shape the sort of year we're having. We have got Liverpool in our fourth game at home in the Premier League against a Liverpool side that beat me 5-0 and killed all my hopes about Premier League glory last season. We then have got a Carabao Cup game we don't care about, but then Arsenal away at the Emirates, which is difficult. AC Milan in the Champions League, and then Manchester City at home in the Prem. That is correct. We've got all the big teams right in a row, which means conversely, we have a very packed January, sort of February period as well. So in today's video, we're going to be doing things a little bit different. I'm going to give you Liverpool home, I think, as a game, and I'm going to give you AC Milan away as a game, and I think what we'll do is we'll recap Arsenal, Man City, and the goals. Since we last met, we've obviously gone and started the Premier League, and we've got 3 wins from 3 with 3 clean sheets, which is a very good start. We started in this system here in the 4-3-3 normal, and I actually moved halfway through the second half into the one with the inverted wing backs to see out the game, and it helped me keep a clean sheet. Here are your goals though. In the new system here, win the ball back with the press there from Consigli, Herman, ball through the Ben Doak, and he slots cross keeper. That's 1-0. Brilliant. And Cunnington with the ball here, plays a ball into Robinson. If my voice goes, it's because I've got a bit of a sore throat. Desiree do ball inside, finds Josh Herman, and that's 2-0. Brilliant. It's a very good start. Against Aston Villa, yet again we won 2-0, but we actually scored a goal being in the inverted wing-back system. I started at 1-0, and then Villa, right towards the end of the first, I've started to dominate, so I made the change. All their chances came basically at and around half-time. So I went into the inverted wing-back system. You'll see the goal here. Anyway, Desiree do finds Herman. That low cross seems to really help Herman in scoring goals, which is perfect. And then in the inverted wing-back system, I'm actually going to give you guys a little bit more of the highlight. You can see how narrow we are. You can see Robinson so inside and creates passing lanes if needed. But Desiree do finds Doak. Good ball looking for Herman, but we don't get it. Do into Consigli, and on a winger, he still scores. So brilliant. And I think the two things to take away is how compact we are. And because we're so high up the field and we're compact, we win the ball back fairly quickly, which is also good. Against West Ham, though, I played the inverted wing-back system from minute 1. And the main reason for doing that was I wanted to test it before we played Liverpool at home. And in these bigger games, I am going to use the inverted wing-back system. And from what I've seen, I think it's a better system than the one we built. Anyway, Hamazabal, Lorenzi, Parsons, Consigli here, and a deflected shot that went in. And then we started to score goals in the second half. Hamazabal, in his first start, finds Mr. Davies on the break. Davies makes a good run, cuts it back to Hamazabal, and on the winger duty on the left-hand side, he scored. And then we score one late doors here where Oliveira finds Koulibaly. We keep the ball very well. Destiny Udogie playing inverted wing back. Hamazabal finds Mohamed off the bench, and it's 3-0 and all she wrote. So that puts us in a very good position so far to start the season, and we have not conceded a goal yet, which is also very good. And to be fair, we've scored under our XG. That's fine. But we've barely giving any XGA away. It'll be interesting to see against a Liverpool side that beat us 5-0 what we're going to do. Now, I'm going to pick what I believe is the best 11. However, in this system, I do like making a couple of changes. Firstly, I do like having a defender on the bench, so Oliveira will come to the bench. I always drop a midfielder. Secondly, Ben Doak I think's done fine, but I think Hamazabal, after scoring, probably deserves to go out there as well. Thirdly, Dedes does not play. George Davies in the box-to-box role with that 17 passing, 16 tackling, that 17 work rate, and the 18 teamwork is just absolutely immense and looks fantastic every time he's on the park in this role. And the reason why we make those changes is it allows us to obviously be a little bit more compact, have a bit more of a ball-winning sort of box-to-box midfielder in there. It allows us to still stay narrow, still allows Desiree to get forward. And the reason why I'm starting Oliveira here over Walter is A, if the game's going well, we can actually bring Walter out as our left winger on attack because he naturally can do that. But B, with Walter as well, is if we do need to switch to the other system, we have a fresh, complete wing back going on. Now, Oliveira over Udogie is something that I'm doing just to keep him happy. Yet again, Mr. Oliveira, who is a very good inverted wing back when you look at his stats here, he's complaining yet again about 13 minutes. He complains every single season if he doesn't start straight away. which is annoying. So I'm hoping Giancarlo Oliveira will come in and do pretty well. This team, very similar team, went ballistic in the last game played. Let's see what we can do here and hopefully get a win. And then we'll get through the next couple of games and give you the goals. And then, yeah, we'll hopefully be pretty happy how things go. Anyway, let's go and have a look at this Liverpool team. Let's see if it's similar to the team that beat us 5-0 here. Apologies yet again for the throat. My throat is killing me, hence why I'm at home. But let's get into this game here. As you can see here, we got Szoboszlai, Borussia, I've never seen. Bunanin's good. Asan Diouf, and there we go. I actually need to go into the instructions, which I haven't done enough of. Let's go and have a look how Riga looks firstly, because he is a fantastic centre-back. He looks outrageous. Second, I've never seen this guy, and he's a very good Italian. He looks pretty decent. They said to never, ever, ever tightly mark these guys here, is what I was reading about. So I'm going to move it on to never tightly mark. And see if that makes a change for this game about not being beat 5-0. Now, with that being said, this system is very good, and you will hopefully see in this system we have a lot of control in the middle of the park, and that's because we have the two inverted wingbacks with a narrow system being very, very good and close together with the midfielders. Anyway, Borussia, who we just had a look at, shoots and we're 1-0 down, so we concede from a throw-in, and just like that, Liverpool just gone bang. There's part of me that thinks maybe at home we should still play the aggressive 4-3-3, but, we are playing the inverted wingback 4-3-3, and we'll see how that goes here. But Bunanin with a ball into Borussia. We're 1-0 down here. Nothing Dominguez can do with that one, to be fair. We rejected 194 million from Inter for him this season as well. All right, so far, no good. Hopefully, we can perform a little bit better. Only one shot in this game here for Liverpool. Struggling a little bit out there in this bigger game, to be fair, to create anything, which is odd. It's not been a good game for anyone, really. Very aggressive, fresh the arms. I'm going to leave the system the same, and then we might move into the more aggressive 4-3-3 here a little bit later doors. Hamarzabal with the corner, whips one, doesn't beat the first man. Josh Herman, though, Hamarzabal still there. He's ball back stick. Oliveira heads and puts it over. Would have been nice to see Oliveira from inverted wing back win that header back stick and score. Man City are winning. You can see here we're starting to dominate that little bit more now. 6 shots free. Bit more match momentum. Not, unfortunately, doing enough. We're going to move into the more aggressive 4-3-3 here now that we're at home. We're going to bring in Dedez in for George Davies. Hamarzabal for Ben Doak. I'm going to move Herman out wide. No, I'm going to take Herman off and bring in Mohamed as well. I'm going to make those changes there. See what we can do. 65 minutes played. We've been the better team here. Apart from the one chance Liverpool created, which they've scored. It kind of sums up our last 3 seasons. It's against the bigger teams. We just concede that first chance every time. It's very annoying. So Bosline now picked up by Mohamed. Desiree Do back into Parsons. Good ball inside the Cunnington. Very good from Doak to hold the whip very well. Anyway, Doak with a run. Cuts one. Front stick. Falls to Dedez of all people. He scores. Good ball in from Doak. Dedez on the roaming playmaker in the hole, which is exactly what we want to see from Dedez. I think in the roaming playmaker role, he's going to be superb. I think he's going to have so much ability about him. And in the end, Doak with the run. Good ball in there. And the substitutes do enough to find an equaliser here against Liverpool. Dominating the game, though, but 1 shot, 1 attack, 0.1 XG, and a goal is very, very annoying to look at. With that being said, 75 minutes play, we are going to make another change here. We're going to bring off Oliveira for Destiny Udogie. And I'm actually going to bring Walter off for Consigli and move him in as a winger on inverted winger on attack here and get him running with fresh legs at the opposition. 80 minutes played. Can we find one last one? We've dominated this game. Is there a highlight, Football Manager? There is. Robinson. Good ball to Ben Doak. Looks channel. Mohamed. Oh, if it gets past Thompson, he's in. But Thompson has done enough. Kanate. This would be against the runner play if Liverpool score. Great press. Desiree Do. Beats men. What a run. Desiree Do. Costa with a world-class save. You can see in this system with the press, we are definitely winning the ball back a lot higher up the park, which is amazing compared to the other 4-3-3 we had. But it's a big game. We played the big game system. I definitely think away from home, this is a better system to use. But I think at home, we now know that we have to go on the front foot to begin with. Dyak with the ball, cleared away, only as far as Koulibaly. That's unfortunately going to be your highlight and your game. That is a very unfortunate one. Stoke, Fulham finished 5-6. Jeez, that's a game. 11 goals. But yeah, we absolutely dominate Liverpool. 1 shot, 1 attack, 1 goal. That is very, very annoying. That annoying. I'm going to send a photo to my mate Paul because that is ludicrous. And there we go. We draw 1-1. Mercifully come back though. We didn't get the result, but you should be happy. If we play like that, we're going to win a lot of games. But yeah. It is what it is. All right, we're going to see these guys on the flip side now. We're going to play AC Milan next. We're going to get through these next few games here quickly. West Ham and Arsenal, AC Milan, and then we'll end the episode by giving you guys the goals against Man City because we played them in the last 2 episodes. I'm not going to play them again for you right now. Welcome back, YouTube. Damien for the second leg of this double header. It is AC Milan Champions League, and the reason why we're playing AC Milan is they did make the Champions League final last year and lost to Bayern Munich. They're a team that did knock Man City out in the semi-final of the Champions League, so any team that can do that is going to be a very good side. With that being said, unfortunately, I've lost the game in the league, and well, now in the 2 big games which we built this new 4-3-3 system for, we have drawn against Liverpool. We needed the more aggressive 4-3 to get us a goal, and against Arsenal, I had to move into it again to find a goal to then get level. But yeah, and then we conceded a 94th minute penalty because Caputo decided that he just wants to kick someone in the box for no apparent reason. We went 1-0 down here 4 minutes in. Ball falls to Tushamendi. He finds Saka, who scores. It's a great finish, not gonna lie, isn't it? And then we did work a very nice goal here from the set piece. Dedez with the ball. Good ball in Hamar's ball. First time to Mohamed, who's onside and finishes. Nice to see Mohamed score off the bench again. And then a 94th minute penalty resides us to our first loss of the season. I know this might be maybe a little bit knee-jerky. I have slightly rotated as well. This is the last time I'm playing the 4-3-3 with the inverted wingbacks, etc. to start a game if we do not get a good result here today. Now, I did use it in games to help see us out, and for whatever reason, it worked well about keeping clean sheets, and in the other games we seem to dominate, like Brentford, etc. But they're lesser teams. The main reason we built this system is so we're defensively compact in these big games, so we don't concede. And in both the games that we've played against the bigger sides where we've played it for an extended period, we switched into it against Man City, we conceded and then scored and then won. And we have switched into it against Liverpool to start a game. We conceded and had needed to switch back to score. And against Arsenal, same thing. So let's tell you what happens against AC Milan, who are runners-up in Europe last season. We have slightly rotated. Arthur's going to get his first start. Robertson, Lorenzi is going to get in. Cunnington's going to play on the other side to rest Parsons. Destiny Udogie comes in. Koulibaly, Caputo, Davies, Hamarzabal's in good form. Consigli's going to play because I don't have Junior fit and available, and Mohamed is there. Still a good enough side here, and I think this side we have to sort of rotate here. I think we're going to get through the group stage no matter what. I just want to see how this AC Milan side did what they needed to do. Now, yet again, I think we need to go opposition instructions. I forgot to do this in the last game and just never tightly mark. We did that against Liverpool, and it worked very well. We only limited to 1 shot. Let's have a look. Lucas Perry's a world-class keeper. That's fantastic. Ramiro is a very, very world-class right back. Kalu still looks very good at the back. Mick Ford looks fantastic. And Giovanni at left back is a Brazilian. I don't think he's that great. So 3 of the back 4 I think's good. Roman Lavia always goes into an elite midfielder. Bove looks decent. Maximilian, wow. Could arguably play up front. Could play in the whole. He's fantastic. Jesus. We got Romero, who's pretty good. Tobias is crazily fast. And Lucas Dorset. Okay, yeah, they're a team that's good. They're a team on paper that were probably better than me. So there we are. Okay, let's get into this. See what we can do. And then we will come back to end the episode with the goals of the Manchester City game, if there are goals. But definitely with a mind in sight on Manchester City, I have slightly rotated. I think we know that we can make up ground if we lose this game in Italy, where, you know, especially after losing to Arsenal, if we go 3 wins and then the next 3 is a draw, loss, we've already given up too much ground on Man City, Liverpool, etc. if Liverpool have a good year. So, yeah. But anyhow, let's get into this. And away we go. It's going to be AC Milan in the red. We're going to be in the white. Backstick ball towards Cunnington. Mohamed heads down. Destiny Udogie, Cunnington, Koulibaly, Cunnington, and Davies. And this is what I need to see from the system. Be compact, stay, still be able to create, etc. And yeah. Davies, Caputo, deflected and in. We lead 1-0 in the inverted wing-back system, in the big game system. And that's good to see. If it works against the champions of Europe, or the runners-up of Europe, they lost to Bayern Munich in the final. Need to stop saying champions of Europe. It loses to the team that made the Champions League final last year, and the system can work, then it's definitely worth us playing. And now I'm very interested to see how we go now. Now that we have it on do not press those wingers, I reckon maybe that's a big thing. Make sure you micromanage and remember to. Giving away a bit of possession now, but that's okay. Don't really care about giving away possession in this system. This system's more mid-block. See what we can do. Bove now with the ball. Goes short towards Luca. Picked up by Koulibaly. Somehow after tackling it, he fell over Koulibaly. And yeah, with a normal tackle there, we're on the break. Luca going on a run. Great run. Luca Romero beats everybody. Doesn't lose the ball. 1-1. All after a tackle from Koulibaly, who's world class and gives it away. Sure. 1-1 there. Being dominated again. Going to regroup our shape, but then counter, I think, and go a bit more direct. Being a little bit dominated. So if we can go a little bit more direct and a bit more on the counter, it's probably not a worse thing to do. Change seems to have stabilised the stats here. Half time, not playing great, but not playing bad. Destiny Udogie finds Davies. Back to Cunnington. Goes into Koulibaly, who's not had the best of the game. Probably at fault for the goal. Hamazabal needs a runner. Goes himself. Doesn't beat Giovanni, who is not the greatest. So, really think Hamazabal should do better there. Mick 4. Giovanni. Michael. Dorset. Lorenzi. Mohamed needs help. So in the end, he goes himself. Pretty pointless highlight, to be fair. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like the 4-3-3 look, this inverted wingback system looked good against Man City in the Community Shield. It looked good in the other games as well, but yeah, not nice now. As you just saw, Liverpool beating Bayern Munich, who won the Champions League last year. It probably just shows how strong the Premier League is. And if all the English clubs didn't run into each other last year, we probably would have had an all-English final, which has happened quite a lot in this save. Ramiro over the ball back stick. Michael looked offside. Apparently it wouldn't have been. I'm going to make a couple of changes here. Consigli is going to come off here. Ben Dyke will come on. Dimitri Dedis will come in, but I'm planning to move into the other 4-3-3. So just going to play him as a box-to-box for now, but I'm planning to move into the other 4-3-3 here. Try and get a win here. To be fair, it's done what it's needed to do, right? Get us to the 75th minute where we can now maybe go for it a little bit more. Let's move into it. Let's get Dedis in the roaming playmaker. Caputo can play advanced playmaker. That's fine. Destiny Udogie going to come off here for Walter. Robinson's going to come off here for Rodrigo Lozano, who's coming back from injury. And Hamazabal. Joe Victor's going to get a game. Get on, Joe. Not often we can give Joe a game, but let's get Joe Victor a game here as well. The new Brazilian signing that we made last year. Thinking Josh Herman coming, but he's got a bit of a niggling injury. Be okay if we keep him fresh. As you can see from the stats, though, AC Milan had the better of the game here by a mile. But the big but here is there's a highlight late doors, and it could be AC Milan's. Seibald. If we concede again in the 94th minute, I'm going to be livid. Miguel. Seibald. Okay. It's a pointless highlight where they've gone down outside the box. Right. So unless they score from the set piece, it's going to finish 1-1. And if it finishes 1-1, the system did what it needed to do. A team that is very strong, away from home, nullifying. I definitely think, though, at home we have to play the aggressive system no matter what. So I think we're going to be playing the aggressive system against City. But yeah, both games that you guys see in the episode is going to either finish 1-1 or we're going to draw 1-1 and lose 2-1 here. Looks like AC Milan and we're going to make this the last highlight as I take some time. Miguel's back stick and heads straight at Arthur. It really could have been a goal. But in the end, we'll take a 1-1 against the team that made the Champions League final. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you get a team like that in the Champions League this year. You play that system, you get a 1-1, you come back to Wales, and we dominate and win. I think it's not a bad little system. Anyhow, that's a very satisfying result. I'm going to see you guys in a second for the Manchester City game in terms of all the goals in that game. We're going to go full strength here as well. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we play pretty well. And to end YouTube, we have an amazing one. At home, in the aggressive 4-3-3, it probably just shows that at home we have to play this system. Look at what we did to Manchester City. Look, 15 shots not on target, XG of 2.34. I will say, however, for as much as we dominated, we needed a 91st and a 92nd minute goals to win. But considering that Liverpool FM'd us in this episode, 1 shot, 1 attack, 1 goal, we drew 1-1. Nice to score 2 goals late here and win. We arguably should have scored a few more goals to have won the game. Consigli got a penalty, which wasn't too bad. Unfortunately, again, Dominguez is having one of those years. Every cross he comes for at the moment, he is spilling, and it is annoying. But yeah, 91st minute, Dedez, roaming playmaker, going on a run, getting down the byline. Mohamed couldn't find a goal or a sided goal, but Koulibaly, who doesn't score many, hits one from distance and it goes in. We win the ball back from kickoff too. Destiny Udogie finds Desiree Dou. Mohamed found Hamazabo off the bench, and it's so nice to have this boy back playing in a Wrexham shirt because he's elite, he can get at people, and well, that is a superb finish from Hamazabo off the bench. Nice to see the substitutes get into the game, and nice to see us score as well. So a big win there. We're 2 points behind Man City already, but we did beat them, so that's the main thing. Moving forward, we should be okay, which is good. On top of that as well, in terms of the data hub, I know people want to check that out early part of the season. We are 2 goals under. Obviously, that Liverpool game that we saw in this episode probably hurts that a little bit. And we are also on and around our XGA, actually just slightly over. And yet again, that's the Liverpool game, scoring with 0.12 XG and with 1 shot. And so we're under our points, we're not top. So a lot like last year, the first 6 games. However, we've played now Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester City. The only real bigger game that we have to look out for is probably that Man United game. But the rest of the fixtures moving for the rest of the first half of the year should be the easier fixtures, and we should be able to get some points. With that being said, give it a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hopefully next time we see each other, it is going to be another good episode. The 4-3-3 with the roaming playmaker and, you know, being inverted on one side, and this new 4-3-3 with early crosses works well, and we will be continue to be a world-class side. And maybe, just maybe, we get some luck in Season 10, and we finally win a major trophy with this Wrexham side.